Hello. So, hi. So today we're gonna learn about basic easy trigonometry. So this is like the introduction. Right? This is the first in the first video in the channel. I'll actually teach you more on this, right? So today we're gonna learn basic easy trigonometry. Right? It's very easy, right? So this is for the videos who this is the video for those who do not know, right? This video might be helpful for people who do not know, right? So today we're gonna learn basic easy trigonometry, right? The next day or whatever, like it depends. We can learn advanced trigonometry, right? Right now, let's learn the basic introduction, right? So this is just the intro, right? But basic easy trigonometry, right? So today we're gonna learn sin cos tan. I'm just joking. We are gonna learn sin cos tan. We're also gonna learn about cosecant, secant, and cotangent. So if you do not know what they are, I'm actually gonna enlighten you, or I'm gonna teach you what these are, right? So let's begin. So if you want to learn what is sin cos tan, right? So right, sin is actually sine, cosine, cos is cosine, tan is tangent, right? Now if you want to know what sine is, right? It's the opposite over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, right? So this is related with this, as you can see my mouse, I guess, right? And this, sorry, I was just checking if my mouse works or not. All right. So this is actually, look, okay, S is actually sine, C is cos, right? Adjacent over the hypotenuse. S is opposite over hypotenuse. T, which is tan, is the opposite over adjacent, right? So you're gonna learn more about it, okay? So actually, sine means opposite over hypotenuse in a triangle, right? Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, right? And tangent is opposite over over adjacent, right? If you want to know what they are, so let me actually go here, right? So as you see here, right? If you want to know sine, sin, cos, tan, right? Remember this, right? The vertical line, right, in this triangle, right, is called the opposite, right? For any triangle, right, which is shaped like this, right? That seems like a right angle touched by both ends or something, right? By both top ends or something, right? It's called it's actually a real triangle, right? So it's actually opposite, right? The vertical line. The horizontal line is the adjacent. And then the line touching the opposite in the adjacent is called a hypotenuse, right? The hypotenuse, right? There's a triangle, right? That is actually a right angle, right? As it seems, it looks like a right angle or something, but it's touched, right, by this line, right? That goes from here to here, if you could see my mouth, right? So, since sine is the opposite of our hypotenuse, right? This is this, right? That is sine, right? Sine. Opposite over hypotenuse, right? Cos is the adjacent over hypotenuse, right? Cos, right? Which is cosine, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it is, right? So, and what else is it, right? What about this? Opposite over adjacent, right? Now, this doesn't have any hypotenuse, right? So, if you see here, you can see here, right? It says sine and cos, right? Sine and cos is actually that actually have a hypotenuse as the denominator, right? But tangent, right? This is known as tangent here, right? Tangent for opposite over adjacent. You can see this arrow, right, or whatever it is, right? You can see that a tan is the opposite over adjacent, right? And then you can know what the truth, right, and what it is and all that, right? Tan is the opposite over the adjacent. Always remember that, right? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, right? It might be confusing at first, but then you'll learn, okay? So next we're gonna learn about cosecant, secant, and cotangent, right? And remember Ross, Rock, and Rot, right? So cosecant is the reciprocal I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that right. Reciprocal of sine, right? So if you don't know what reciprocal means, right? Remember this, okay? Let's say if I have like let's say if I have like second 3/7, right? What's the reciprocal of this? It's actually 7/3, right? It's just like that, right? Just like that. It's that simple, right? So sorry if I have to like pause for a while or something. So what does this mean? So cosecant, right, is a reciprocal of sine. So let's say if you got a value of sine, let's say if you got like opposite over hypotenuse, it will then be hypotenuse over opposite, right? The reason is because it's actually cosecant, the reciprocal of sine, right? Now let's say if you have secant here, right? Secant, right, is actually the reciprocal of cosine, right? So you know that cosine is actually the what's it called, that adjacent over hypotenuse. Then it'd be a hypotenuse over the adjacent if you wanna know secant, right? Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, right? So let's say if you like got 2/5, right? And if you got that as a tangent, right? 2/5, right? Then its reciprocal will be 5/2, right? Which will then be known as cotangent, right? So you'll probably realize when you go further in the video. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, right? Now, so now let's say now let's see how we can find an answer to these, right? So this is an example, right? Let's say we have a triangle, right? Its opposite is 3. The adjacent side is 4. The hypotenuse 5, right? Now, how can we know the sine, tan? So, how can we know that sine, tangent, cosecant, cosine, secant, and cotangent, right? So, like, how do you find this? So let's find it. Okay, in here you can see the example right here. Sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse, right? And you can see it in this example too, right? Since we have sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse, right? No, yeah, I mean 5 is the hypotenuse, right? 3 is the opposite, right? So how do you find that? So 3/5, right? 3/5. That's sine because it's the opposite over what? The hypotenuse, right? The hypotenuse. Now let's find the tangent, right? So to find tangent, right, it will be the opposite over adjacent, right? Right. Remember, adjacent is always the horizontal side, and opposite is always the vertical, right? So it'd be 3/4, right? Right. 3 is the opposite, and 4 is the adjacent, right? So remember, tan is actually the vertical over the horizontal, right? Cotangent is the what's it called? Yes, the horizontal over the vertical, right? So always remember that, right? And also write down in your, if you have like your notebook or something, so you'll know this, right? And just pause or like go back to the video and like write it down, okay? So now let's do cosecant, right? We can do now let's do cosine, right? We can do secant, cotangent, and cosecant after cosine. Okay, so let's do cosine. Cosine is actually the adjacent of the hypotenuse, right? Adjacent over the hypotenuse. 4 is the adjacent, the horizontal, right? Hypotenuse is the 5, right? It's a line going this, right? Going down like this, right? So it's 4/5, right? You got 4/5, right? 4/5. That's the cosine, right? Cosine. So there's 3/5, 4 over. So I mean, you have 3/5, 3/4, and 4/5. And now let's determine secant, right? Secant, cotangent, cosecant. I mean cosecant, secant, and cotangent, right? So cosecant, right? Cosecant is the reciprocal, right? You remember Ross Rock Rod, right? This is actually probably even in calculus too, right? You probably use this, right, or something like that. So let's get cosecant, right? So cosecant is Ross, meaning reciprocal of sine, right? Okay, we have sine as 3 over 5, right? So this becomes 5 over 3. Why? It's because cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So since sine is 3 over 5, the reciprocal of 3 over 5 is 5 over 3, right? So that's why cosecant of this triangle is 5 over 3. So that is true. Now let's remove the secant, right? Let's remove the secant of this, right? How do you get the secant now? So to find the secant of the triangle, secant is actually, if we go here, secant is ROC, right? Rock, right? Right, meaning reciprocal of cosine, right? Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So since the cosine is 4 over 5, right? Since secant is the reciprocal of cosine, here is 5 over 4, right? So this is so you can see my mouse here, right? A second, right? This, right? The reciprocal, right? The reciprocal of secant is 5 over 4, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it is true, right? So in cotangent, how do you know cotangent? So it's 4 over 3. How is it 4 over 3? It's because in tangent, you can probably see my mouse here, it's 3 over 4, right? Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, right? Cotangent, reciprocal of tangent. You can get a rod, right? Cotangent is reciprocal of tangent. Tangent, right? You can probably see my mouse. We got 3 over 4. Cotangent is the reciprocal, right? Reciprocal of 3 over 4, which is 4 over 3, right? The reciprocal of tangent is cotangent. So this 3 over 4 will be 4 over 3. So like to take a moment or pause through this video if you like forget this or something, right? Oh yeah, I forgot something. So how do you get 5 as the hypotenuse, right? So I don't know, but still, as far as I know, let's do this, right? So the Pythagorean theorem is a square plus b square equals c square, right? So if we do 3 square plus 4 square, it will equal, right now. So 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 9 plus 16 is 25, right? Now you take the square root of 25 and it'll be 5, right? You can see this next, okay? Well, in this next example here, it'll actually be like, it will not be a perfect square, so I'm sorry for this, but let's just do it in a more perfect way or something, right? So what I mean by that is like, like it says, like, so let's do this. 3, oh, is it? Okay, so whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. 3 square plus 8 square, right? I don't know which one's A, which one's B, but either way it's okay. You know why? Because you can put A and B in any order. Either way, you have to subtract it and subtract it by the hypotenuse if it's like, for other examples, if there's a hypotenuse value. So it's okay. So like, if you don't know what I mean, you'll probably see in other videos or whatever, I guess. Okay. So 3 square is 9, right? 8 square is 64, right? This is very easy because you'll probably get like, you'll probably know this in like, you probably learned this in like 8th grade. So 3 square is 9, 8 square is 64, right? 64 plus 9 is 73, right? So let's so since it got square root of 73, 3, right? And so like it's actually hard to like it will actually probably come out as a decimal or something. And and I'm actually very sorry for that this would happen. So sorry for the mistake or something, right? I'm very sorry for that, but it's okay. But still, however, we can also use this. How? So let me teach you. Right? Tangent, right, is actually tangent is the opposite of the tangent is the opposite of the adjacent, right? So it'll be 3/8, right? Now what is sine? Sine is 3 over the square root of 73, right? So that is what sine is, right? The square root of 73. Cosine, right, is actually considered 8 over the square root of 73, right? So really realizing all this, now what we can do is like so if you see here, you see cotangent, right? It'll be 8 over 3 because cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. Cosecant, right, is the reciprocal of sine, right? So which would be what's it? Be 70 square root of 73 over 3, right? Now secant is the reciprocal of cosecant, right? So this would be the square root of 73 over so that would be the square root of 73 over 8, right? So since secant is the reciprocal of cosine, it will be square root of 73 over 8, right? So realizing this, you can now know what is this. So this is so now today you have learned how to figure out what's this in. And so yeah, so now today you have figured out how to use cosecant, secant, cotangent, how to use cosecant, secant, cotangent, cosine, sine, and tangent. Now today you have learned how to use them. What are they, right? What are they used for, right? And all that, right? So this is actually used in calculus, right? I'm not lying to you, right? So what is useful for finding the missing side, right? It's actually doing the Pythagorean theorem, the triangle and stuff like that, right? So I'll come up with more videos, right, which will probably involve this, I guess, or something, right? Oh, sorry, I put the emoji. So so actually, I'm gonna come up with more videos. I'm gonna talk about like calculus and talk about like probably algebra, talk about like other stuff, probably like physics stuff, right? So I'll come up with more things, okay? So this is done for this video. So hope you take care and realize more, right, of this. If you don't get this, or you can leave out a comment and I'll actually answer your questions, right? I'll get to you as soon as back as you as I can, right? If you comment, right? So I'll try my best, okay, to to make you learn more if you don't get this, right? So you can put out as a comment or anything, right, to let me know anything or inform me anything, right? Anything about you or anything about this something, right? So bye, take care, have a nice day.